Passion creates success. Now, success will create arrogance. Arrogance will then create complacency, and complacency creates decline.
America's Positive Pragmatic Goshen.
Rocky 3. Oh, what a great movie. You guys remember that movie? It was amazing, wasn't it? But you know, when you go back and you listen to the theme song, The Eye of the Tiger, you'll hear these words. Sometimes it happens so fast, we exchange our passion for glory. We exchange our passion for glory. I want to share with you today, some of it's from personal experience, and a lot of it's just from watching people that I've had the opportunity to be with throughout many, many years, as they started with virtually nothing and ended up with something very, very good, very well financially healed. You know, I love my GPS. I've got a GPS called Waves. I usually have it around the phone here. And if you have that, you're going to love it too, because not only does it give you your estimated time of arrival, but what I love about the Waves is it actually will tell you what you're going to see on your way to your destination. I mean, you'll be going down the road, and every once in a while it'll pop up and it will say, car stalled on right side of the road, or debris on the road, or I like this one, police ahead. I love it. It's going to share with me items that might slow me down on my journey forward. Today I'm going to be sharing some items that you can encounter in business and in life, whether you're a professional athlete, just an athlete, or anyone that's starting with virtually nothing financially and growing it to a massive success. I also had a football coach many, many years ago when I played college football. The guy was amazing, but he was one mean sucker. I was a linebacker, and he was what we call our specialty coach. If you're familiar with football, if you go out and practice sometimes and watch some of these guys practice, you're going to look up and you're going to see the head coach up on this big old giant, like a 40-foot tower. The head coach is there to watch all the different significant players and significant positions that the specialty coaches are teaching. Now, my specialty coach was a linebacker coach, and what I liked about him, he would get us prepared for next Saturday. He would tell us what we're going to see. He would tell us what we're going to encounter. He would tell us how the person we're going to be playing against is playing. And that's what I want to share with you today. I want to give you the opportunity to understand that there's things that you're going to be looking at in the future that sometimes may not be that good. And one of those is simply this: success. In 5 decades in business, I've seen this pattern more than I want to see it. And one time in my personal life, that's why I am so good at talking about this. Success equals arrogance. Arrogance equals complacency. Complacency equals decline. Oh, you remember, some of you that have got started, or you began a project or began a company or a business, man, you were passionate, man. You were as passionate as the time you first met your wife or your girlfriend, and it was just passion 24/7. All you could think about was her. All you could think about and dream about was her. And so it is in business. Our passion was just on fire. We were laser focused. We stayed laser focused. We'd go to bed. We would think about our business. We'd go to sleep and dream about our business. We'd wake up with a lot of passion about our business. I mean, we were explosive. We'd get up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and make notes on, we got to do this and we've got to do that and we've got to do this. And we were just so doggone passionate. We would send text messages out to people that we were promoting and helping. We'd do Zoom calls. It was just amazing. You'd walk into a room with a purpose. You'd walk into that room and you could tell people would look at you and say, that person knows where they're going. See, you ride the wave towards success. Then it happens. Woo! It happens. Man, can it happen. Guess what? Your passion took you to some goals that you set that actually arrived. I mean, it was amazing. All of a sudden, you're into the money. Things are happening. You're making good money. I mean, it's time to really sit back and relax, because all the accolades you're receiving, everybody's coming up and patting you on the back. Man, you're a good dude, man. You're a good dude. You're speaking all over the country and sometimes all over the world. You get off the stage and people want pictures. They want to put their arms around you. And it's just phenomenal, because now you're in a position that you've done it. You've arrived. The big move is on, the big the momentum. And then what happens without you even knowing it, and you can't believe it, but you leave the world of being humble to being arrogant. I'd say today, when I look at Facebook and I follow some people pretty close, I see people that I use the term the most humble, self-centered people on the planet. In other words, I just can't believe this happened to me. And down deep, yeah, man, it happened to me because I did it. I'm a self-driven person. I am the one that did this. And you begin to focus more on what you've gained and your hits, and your pride becomes strong. And then it goes into arrogance. Your arrogance creates complacency. Your actual arrogance creates complacency. You see, here's the tough thing with a business. You had the passion. You fought. You did everything right. You got your goals. You hit that success bar. You got the big money. Cha-ching! And then all of a sudden you get so arrogant that it creates you into a complacent. Let's go on idle for a while. I mean, I have worked hard. I mean, I have stayed up late at night. I have driven all over the world. I've talked all over the world. And I deserve a little bit of a break. I need to get away from this thing and get away from the creative, listen to me, the creative movement of my business into the management mode. Yes, I'm going to go into the management mode. I'm going to make sure that everyone that I've worked with and helped with, they need to be trained. They need to be trained 24/7. They need to be talked to all the time. There needs to be more Zoom calls. There needs to be something that we're continually doing where we don't have to go out and do the actual action that we did in order to be where we are, but we want to manage what we've created. Are you getting the gist here? The reason I'm so strong about this, it happened to me. And it will happen to you, especially many of you that if you've never had any what we call real wealth or real money, bam, man, it can happen. And all of a sudden the accolades and people patting you on the back and doing all these things will put you into the mode of, I need to rest a little bit. I need to put this thing in neutral. And then it happens. It happens. It happens so slowly, but it happens. It happens because it goes into decline. I had a ranch in Oklahoma. It's nice. It's still nice today. I mean, if you drive into Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's still there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. 25 acres down below, 65 acres up on a hill overlooking Tulsa, Oklahoma, 40 acres across the street. But I had this creek that goes through this. And on this creek, I kept noticing that my trees were getting closer to the creek. I was experiencing erosion. Slowly, over a period of time, I noticed that my creek was getting onto my land. See, erosion is very subtle. And erosion can be very subtle in your business enterprise, especially when you believe that you've made it. And it started eroding on me. And that's what happens in business. I call it a decline. First of all, you notice that you don't really have the personal passion you used to have. Matter of fact, sometimes we diversify. We become such a genius that now we need to be in 2 or 3 different things, and which is okay, but you have to be careful not to leave your first love. And I'm very sincere about that. I left my first love many, many years ago, and that's why I'm so strong about this. So instead of doing that, what we do, we become complacent, we see our decline, and then it's just a matter of time if we can catch it before it declines. See, what you'll notice is your income, your revenue goes down just a little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. The erosion effect is there. And at first you're saying, I can't believe this. But see, what happened is I and you, if you're not careful, actually believe that we could put our business on automatic idle, automatic running, and just let it go. I put it on autopilot. I had an airplane. I just pushed 3 buttons. That plane flew itself. I pushed 3 more. That plane would land itself. But you can't do that with a business, especially a business that you're engaged with close relationships with people. See, people have got to see you actively working within that business if they're going to stay passionate, if they're going to stay energized. So as we move forward and we start thinking through this, I like something I heard the other day about Deion Sanders. Now, Deion's had his ups and his downs through his life, and no matter what you say, you're either going to love him or hate him. I really like his attitude. But more importantly, I caught something the other day. His talking to one of his kids, there was an interview, and they talked to the kid, and they said, well, what do you think of Coach Sanders? He said, man, he coaches in such a way that we actually believe that he's going to be playing with us that day on the field. That he's so close and he's so passionate and he's so driven that we believe he's one of the players and he's going to be with us today. So reflection today, where are you? Where are you on this meter? Are you still passionate about the business that took you to probably the best income level you've ever received in your life? Not to say that you're not to diversify, but you need to diversify very carefully. Because that business that you did take to the upper limits can go again to the upper limits. As a matter of fact, I found out later, again, personally, that when I reestablished the same passion that I had at the very beginning for that particular business, the business started growing again. And I got rid of the arrogance, and I got rid of all the newspaper articles, and I got rid of all the stories, and I got rid of all the likes and the shares and the comments and the love and the hearts. I got back to the basics. And I started thinking, God brought me this original business for a reason. Now, I cannot abandon it. And once I started getting back into that business with passion, it grew like it never grew before. So today I'm just offering caution. I'm just giving you statements. Positive Pragmatic is about that. I'm very positive. I've learned so many things through so many mistakes at times, and I don't want to call them mistakes. I want to call them learning times that I want to share with you. Some of you right now are in a position where you need to really get back and check your needle as to where you are in your particular business. Do I still have the passion? Do I still have the love? Do I still go to bed thinking about it? Do I go down? Is my prayer, Lord, now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my business will keep? I mean, where are you today? Or have you gone over to the arrogant side? Hey, you're a winner. We're all winners. We're all put here with a purpose. Let's not outrun our purpose, and let's not be deceived in thinking that whatever we've created can't be lost. I've seen that happen multiple times in life. You guys are a winner. I'm so excited you're plugging in here to our podcast. We're going to be up on all the channels. We're looking forward to serving you. You feel free. As a matter of fact, I expect it for you to drop me a DM, send me an email. It'll be on the screen here. Let me know what you think of the podcast. More importantly, drop me a message and let me know, hey, this is my takeaway. This is what I took away from today's program. Now, as we leave, remember this. As I always say, people will remember your touch much longer than they'll remember your talk. Blessings.